Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of Ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Purdue Boilermakers taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Boilermakers will put total weather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ducks offense is on the... And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the
every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down. Wide out in motion. From the gun, the ground game. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
Second down coming up. The give to the back. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Takes the handoff and he's going right. He powers his way ahead. Gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Boilermakers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
That just does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Give to the running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The Boilermakers in the hurry up. On third down, he drops to throw. Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Caught, close to the marker, it's Branch. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling him 4-down territory.
Looking for the end zone. Ball in the air, intercepted. Taking it the other way. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways and try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And the Ducks will keep this drive going. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
He throws one to the left. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. The defender was right there. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And this sophomore quarterback learning when to use his legs to move the chains. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll try the toss to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Buys a little extra time. Stands in and takes the hit. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
On third down, going up top. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Quick release by the QB. At midfield, he's got room. And he breaks into the open. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21. The Boilermakers racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. And the Boilermakers have taken it inside the 20. Wants to fire on second down. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second and goal coming up. They'll run it from the gun. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. So loud Now the play fake. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy catch.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely...
What a snag by the defense.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Finds his big tight end. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it on the run. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Boilermakers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the 1st. Let's take a break and look at the 1st quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. It's caught. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He's looking to throw it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Hold offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 45 on its way. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on them throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Oregon! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. And this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. San Diego State was able to come away with a hard-fought victory inside Snapdragon Stadium. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as long, but it is a step in the right direction. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both.
How about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch. And I'll tell you, sometimes when you're throwing the go route, you can overanalyze things and think, what coverage do we want it against? What matchup are we looking for? But if I've got a guy outside that I know can go make a play, I don't care. I'm throwing it up, and I'm letting him go make a play.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The Boilermakers want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting patterns. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Carter. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Working the middle, it's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down in the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
The Boilermakers want to move quickly. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Had to get rid of it quickly. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Lead is still in double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Running backs on either side of the quarterback. They'll run play action. He uncorks one deep. He makes the catch inside the 25. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
They'll give it to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Let's see what they've dialed up on third and long from the 22. He's looking to pass. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Give that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They'll give it on the counter. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Third down play from the gun. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Boilermakers decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Bringing it back, it's Armstrong. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Power football with the run. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
42 Spider.
He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And the try is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Purdue 17, Oregon 14.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Throws to the wideout. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line.
Take over. 1st and 10.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Going up top. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like you've had an enjoyable day there today in Eugene. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Ducks will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They use the sideline as their friend and finally get him out of bounds on the return of the 47. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So
quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
They go to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Middle Tennessee is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Murfreesboro, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 11 over UTEP. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to go up top on first down. Buying some time. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He rifles one deep down the right side.
That is no fun for that wide receiver thinking you just ran all the way downfield for that. You're not out here trying to run gassers or get conditioning. You're trying to catch TDs. What's going on?
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, looking for the completion. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Unleashes one deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team.
Fired in there, but incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Might be looking to run. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Leaves it with the running back. Fighting off the defender. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Corner's going to give them room. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Boilermakers will hustle to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Oh, they knock it free. Going the other way, and he's got room.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. He thought he made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
From the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Purdue! This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Wants to throw on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. Leaves it with the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
He's going to pass. Fires to the right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
On second down, they'll take to the air. He's got him this time. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Deep shot for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. They'll operate out of split backs. He's going to pass on second down. Quarterback moving. Got his man on the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Sticks it in his belly. Shakes off the defender. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Give to the big fullback. The Ducks brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Steps away. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The Ducks will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Headed toward the end zone, and they knock it loose. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They've got him pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Boilermakers are in the hurry-up.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll leave it with him. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He's going to run it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Lining up to convert 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Ducks getting set on 1st and 10.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
From the gun, running back on the move. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the 4th quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Throws toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out quickly. Still on his feet at the 45. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. And the Boilermakers come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quickly complete. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Offense lining up quickly.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He makes the connection. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. Firing to the right, complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation.
He's going for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
They keep attacking through the air. Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Feeling some heat. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you needed some consistency up front.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's caught inside the 30. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Armstrong. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. He's looking for a man on second down. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Couldn't pick it up on second down. Now they need a couple on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Robinson. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. He'll come out throwing on first down. Scrambling away. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
Here comes the two-point try. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6.
And that's what makes this guy so dynamic. Not only is he good using his legs out in the field, but down here close to the goal line, if things aren't open, he can get it in himself running it, and they do for 2 points.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Off play action on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Branch. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Here comes the hurry up.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. You got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle, and they did right there.
They'll throw it on first down. It's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Boilermakers want to pick up the tempo. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Splits the uprights, it's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998.
Going up top on first down.
60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. The aerial assault continues. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And that pass picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And just took that. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.